So just better go out and go to the shop. As I said, I haven't eaten today. It's just after 6 o'clock. Um, yeah. So today and tomorrow will be obviously this is the penultimate day of doing these uploads. I have thought a lot about what I need to do. I know there's certain things that I can do in this immediate things, immediacy. If that's the right word. I know I can do a couple of things. I just hope that if I can pursue the next line, so I can put certain things into place and do certain things, that will slowly bring me back out. I hope it does. I really do. I do wish that people would talk more about these things, but I can understand why people would be reluctant. I think I said to you yesterday, I think it was, about how so many people do struggle. They and they're so reluctant to open up. They're so people can't talk on camera. I said that yesterday about how. I mean, I don't give a shit. It just never bothered me at all. I'm not one of these people that when you were a kid, you put your hand against your face of somebody who's taking a picture of it. I never ever saw the reason what there was no. Could never understand why people wouldn't want their photograph, because that's you, and if you've got it, if the first thing you've got to do is accept you, if that makes sense. So talking, on here and putting it out online doesn't bother me at all. And I just think that I wish that other people could talk to each other about things more open. And I think a lot of people are a bit scared about what sort of reaction the other person's going to take. I remember telling my mum about having been diagnosed with a depression in the 90s. And she said, well, what do you want to be depressed about? I was like, well, it's not a choice. It's not like I'm thinking, oh, well, what can I do today? I'm going to go out and get depressed. It doesn't work that way. She said, oh, even though she was a nurse, she just couldn't understand that someone could suffer from depression, even though we've had depression and mental health issues in the family, not immediate family, but, across, and it's been very well documented. And she just couldn't understand it. And I think that you get a bit scared because you think, well, if I tell somebody I'm feeling this way, how are they going to react? Are they going to make a fool out of me or make fun of me or be non-compassionate or judgmental? And I've had my fair share of people who, 99% of the people who I've ever told, they've been absolutely superb. They've really understood it, and especially people who have suffered from depression before or still suffering from depression. I had one family member make fun of my mental health, and this was just after my mum died, and saying, that I was pathetic for, wanted to do away with myself. And to be honest, if I had a tiny bit of respect for the person who said it, I would be bothered, but I'm not. So because it just shows the level of ignorance. And when somebody is suffering, you don't want them to feel even worse. So you try and say the right things. Well, some people do. Yeah, I just think people should, no matter even if you, it's a scary thing because you think you're opening up extremely personal thoughts. You're opening up extremely personal beliefs about yourself, and you're trying to be very, very raw and open with people. And I think that can be scary in itself, and blokes are the worst. Ugh, no wonder so many women, that they talk to each other, but blokes, it's all about, bashing your head against, come on, mate, all that, macho shit. No one gives a shit about, honestly. It's just so superficial and bullshit. And so, actually talking about feelings is seen as non-masculine. You've got to be tough. And the quicker that you realize that when you're growing up in your teenage years and your 20s or even in your 30s, that it's all bullshit, then you do get on better with everybody else, because it's just nonsense. It really is. And it usually happens when people are so pissed and they talk to each other quite open, and then the next day they're so like, yeah, we don't really want to talk about what we talked about. You know what I mean? It's just pathetic. But I think people should talk to each other. It's just this, barriers of masculinity. It's just like, and again, and people know this, since I've been alive on this planet for the last 40 years, since I was about, was it 12? And I've just, that's never interested me at all, being this, spit on the ground and trying to look, hard in front of you, like have friends. It's pathetic, it really is. So yeah, talking about it. So yeah, I got this today and tomorrow, and that's it. And I don't know what's going to happen after that, as in, if I'm going to upload, or maybe I'll just do it every now and again. I don't know. But other people said, continue or whatever. But I'm just going to do this for this week, from Thursday last week to obviously Wednesday tomorrow. And that's it. And then I'll see where we are in a few days' time after that. So it's just been helpful just to talk. And it's strange, because I know that I'm talking to myself because I'm alone in my house, but yeah, people do watch these videos, and thank you very much for doing so. But yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings, eh?